He honestly took more pictures with fish than he did with family, but that's a whole other thing. Let's see. Looks like pictures of trailer or old houses or. Oh my goodness, there's Sandy, my grandparents' monkey. I've told people about Sandy for years, and I think sometimes they think I'm making crap up, but they actually had Sandy. Some of these places are super familiar, but I will have to look through them and get them identified. There's my grandma and grandpa out on our property off of Sunnycrest. Some of these are really early, like 66. Back in the day, when you had a picture taken, or developed, I should say, they actually put the date on the side of the picture. So you could look on here and see that this was August of 69. Now, it could have been taken earlier than that, but that's when it was developed, I believe. Boy, I need to go through these pictures. See, I'm not crying anymore. I'm not a wussy. Huh. There's my Grandpa Art and my Grandma Peggy. That must have been at her home after she had her stroke. My dad and his Champion bass boat. It's my Grandma Peggy fishing, or not fishing, but holding a fish. Oh my gosh. There's Sandy the monkey. Now there's pictures of my brother John at his graduation. Looks like they've got several of those. I wonder if they have those pictures. If not, I need to get them onto them. I imagine I was taking those pictures because I wasn't in them, and I was like the only person not in them. It's my dad and my Grandma Peggy again. Half the time you just look at the top of my head. My dad and one of his rifles. My dad would also go out and find these like cool pieces of wood, and then he would like saw them and then use them to carve on. I have some, actually, coincidence. Here's a picture of my dad carving on a piece of wood that he had sawn and sawed? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Here's my daddy fishing. Him with a shotgun. He was a very outdoorsy kind of guy when he wanted to be. Here's Bobby and Megan and David. These are the same pictures, only bigger, so like you can see. That's my boy. And Megan. And Bobby. I don't have any school pictures of Emily because I don't think she was in school by that time. She was still a baby. This one was to Grandpa Tom when we lived in Tennessee. Looks like a Christmas card. And it says, we ordered you a little something that's coming to your house. I think it was a Tennessee hat, if I remember correctly. And then we have the little letter about what was going on in our family at the time. Nothing too exciting. At least not to me, but apparently he kept it, so. Oh my gosh. My handsome David. Bobby. And Megan. And Emily. That's before we had Maya. He would have got such a kick out of Maya. He had, when we wrote him this letter, he had these 2 phone numbers on there, and it was our phone numbers, so that's when we started talking again. It was another Christmas card saying what was going on in her family, and then a little personal note and stuff to him inside. And we worked a lot out on the phone during those few years. Talked a lot more than we had before. And then we kind of disconnected again. So, looks like another Christmas card maybe? Yeah. This one had a family picture. And a card with a letter that we wrote. Anyway, these are the kind of things I think aren't going to be important to other people, but to me, here's something that says Bobby and Megan, and it was postage due 23 cents. So it must have not come directly to them, but it seems like a big... I don't know if it's a big picture or a lot of pictures. Oh, they're drawings. Becky's amazing. She made sure this stuff always happened. And stupid. This one was a card. It says, when it comes to birthdays, you really know how to celebrate. And inside, it's from me, my brother, and my sister. But it's to Daddy. And been so angry. For so many years. Oh, brother. This one is from Peggy, and it says, Tom, Grandma brought a bunch of great pictures for me, and I chose a few to copy, but you really need to come on up and view the whole batch, including the bag of cards Grandpa held on forever after I cut off my curls. Her visit was too short, but sure fun. She hasn't really changed much. This is back in 1996, so I wonder if Peg still has these. I'll need to find out. That's my grandma. My grandma Peg in the middle. No, that's my cousin Peg in the middle. My Aunt Ellie over here, and then her grandma Mary on the end. Okay, don't lose it. Got to get through this stuff. I have no idea what this picture is of. but it's interesting. It says Mexico, April 70. I don't know. I'm not going to get through all these pictures in this one video because it's a bag full of pictures and I just keep crying like an idiot. So another card from us to my dad. Another trophy from my dad. Another trophy for my dad. You know, when we left California to come back to Tennessee, some of the things that we couldn't pack into the truck, and I mean I tried, were a few of his trophies. And I've regretted that for so long, but having these pictures of them and him with him is almost better. Here's my dad when he was in the Army. Such a badass. He was a lucky man, but unlucky with family. Maybe not unlucky. Unwise, I guess. My dad at my wedding. Tabitha and Bill at my wedding. My mom and dad with Becky. Wow. My dad with my Aunt Ellie and Uncle John. A Ziggy card. Put that in there. Rob graduation, 7 p.m. Mendocino College. Huh? Yeah. Interesting. Oh no, this is a classy one. I'm so cute. Sad. Wait, why am I putting pictures in that box again? This is a box for collectibles. Pictures go in a picture box. My brother and his first wife, which sounds weird to say. And I know that my dad hung on to these pictures because he's standing next to my mom. And my dad always saw my mom as the one that got away. He talked about her all the time and always talked about, you know, he made a big mistake. This is me. I was 8 weeks old, April 18th, 1968. My Easter outfit. I know that because my mom wrote that on the back of the picture that my dad had. Man. Another card from us to my dad. I'm never going to be able to repay Becky for this. Because Becky never lost faith that I would talk to my dad again. All these cards and pictures. Maybe I'll just pull them all out and see. It's my grandma. She was an interesting lady. When she had her stroke and I went up there driving my car at ridiculous speed to get there because I thought she was going to die. As I was getting ready to go in, they stopped me at the door. My dad stopped me and said, no, she doesn't remember who anybody is, and so just prepare yourself. And so I did my best, and I got to the door and she looked over and said, is that Robbie? So they all looked at each other in shock. Here's another card with pictures of my kiddos. I have been absolutely blessed with my family. You know, I don't deserve them. I really don't. They've been amazing, and I don't see how a father could just walk away from family the way my dad did. But, you know, we're not perfect. Let's see. More cards from us to my dad, or it looks like this was a pack of pictures from us to my dad. Oh my goodness. This must have been Emily. Emily's baby pictures. Man. Now we've brought them all back to one spot. Hopefully nothing bad happens to them. I started to say earlier my dad's address, or not address, where he lived, over by that, and I didn't finish. He lived at 131 Lake Mendocino Drive. And the reason I couldn't think of the words is because it's not there anymore. And man, here's his thing from his wallet, and it has 2 pictures in it, and his, whatever this thing is, what was that? Signature, oh, it's his voter registration card. He found stuff like that important. There's a picture of Jennifer, and if I turn it to the next page, there's a picture of Lori. This is what was in his wallet. So I'm going to keep that out. I think I'm going to give that to Lori. Let me get to some of this pile of pictures here and get this bag out of the way. It's pictures of him fishing, pictures of my dad standing next to a carved Bigfoot. Maybe we're more alike than I thought. Oh snap. Pictures of him when he was, I believe he must have been in Mexico with Novi or something. I have no idea. Anyway, there's a lot of pictures, and I think I'm going to have to just go through and start scanning them. Boy, oh boy. Another teen me. Just me and my brother. David and Bobby. They took this at my Aunt Ellie's house. David. There's Megan with my dad. There's me. And Lori, by the way. There's me, my mom, and Lori. More of my kids, my grandma, more of my kids, my dad and some fish, more of my dad getting trophies, plaques, his boat, fish, drinking, fish, boat, etc. So I need to go through these and really find out. There's Christopher. Oh my gosh, I gotta get this picture out. Lots of fishing. My wedding, John's wedding, my dad and Novi. Oh, remember I told you that Mookie would play fetch? There's Mookie playing fetch. I think my dad would be happy that I remember his cat. I know that sounds stupid, but... Lots of pictures of my dad that I never knew existed. pictures of my grandma. Oh my goodness. There's me and my baby sister. I'm going to have to spend some hours. Here's my dad with some of the pictures that he took that I just showed you a minute ago. Another letter. My grandpa, we just thought we would send you some pictures and say hello. This is Becky again. Oh my goodness. How did that woman stay with me? My goodness gracious. My dad holding down the couch. Family pictures. I think we sent him too many pictures. There's a ton of pictures. I didn't know we had sent this many. There's me, my brother, my two sisters. This right here is a deck that my dad built. I believe that's the one in our backyard. I can't remember, but this is one of the things he used to do. Actually, this one is not in our backyard. This is the one I helped him put up. Not at his house. He used to do it for his job. I showed you that thing earlier. And this is my Grandma Peggy again. So I've got a lot of pictures to go through. Now, those are pictures and such. I have other stuff too, now that I've got them buried under pictures. Again, I don't know how long this is going to record because this is already a long video. Oh my gosh, it's going to take me a week to upload it. So, this right here, now I'm out of my dad's bag, so I'm going to probably be less emotional. And half the time I'm looking over here, it's not that I'm ignoring you, it's just that that's a picture of me right there, so I'm like thinking I should look at that. Anyway, this right here is my invoice for a stop sign. City of Ukiah, August 23rd, 1989. Labor and materials to repair stop sign at corner of Ford and Orr Streets damaged in accident on May 15th, 1989. And it cost me $78.20. And really, all they had to do was have a guy come out and straighten the pole back up. But I was driving in my 74 Comet, and I hit the brakes, and the brakes went all the way to the floor. And I was coming up on the T there,